Hello, I am the Ronin. What the hell was... Did everybody hear that? Hello, I am the Roninpawn, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program, Hardcore Pawn Live. I guess that's what I... Good morning, KSP! Alright, the first and most important mission of the day is going to be explore the moon. We are at orbit the moon and return to Kerbal from it. Is there something that we can do on the way that's worth something? Haul the Mark 16 parachute into flight above Kerbal. I think we saw that and saw that these numbers are a little bit jank, mainly because 170 meters per second. I don't want to be going, you know, well, I'm coming back to the surface of Kerbal at high speeds and there's plasma around me. Do I have the timing right? Is my altitude? What about my speed? I just want to be able to pop my parachutes. And so, go and yourself with that mission. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to do the science data from space around Kerbal. It's easy. It's free money. In R&D, what do I need to be able to make it out to the moon to orbit, or what would be helpful? I know that I want to do tourist missions. It'd be nice to have struts, but I don't think we really need them yet. Aviation for building planes is something that we'll do, but probably not today. So it's down to these two, and this being fins and that stuff, we're definitely taking the science unless... What's the next tier cost? 90. We're definitely taking basic science. So are we all set? Are we going to just, like, build for the moon and go? Is there something else I need to do here? What's going on? Huh? Who's in charge? Presuming that we got to the moon with 200 to 300, we need 300 to do orbit. So I would have to tack a little bit more fuel on. The difference here is going to come down to if I want to try and drag up that science bay, and considering that this is hard mode, I might just do the safe thing and not. Science Junior, how much do you cost? 0.2 tons to drag up. It's hard to re-enter atmosphere and keep this thing alive, has been my experience with it. But if I were to shove you under there...
Would you call it a perfect ship like any great leader would?
It's a perfect ship. It is a perfect ship. It was the most excellent ship. We had a perfect ship. It was just a perfect ship. It was a perfect ship. Are you meant to fit inside of this thing? I don't understand where this is meant to be used. You know, it's in the wrong shape, really, to be attached to the ship at the top. It's a square-looking majigger. Okay. I've got an idea. There's my idea. Really, like, what is that meant to be? It's square, not cylindrical, which means, where are you supposed to store that? Who designed that part and for what fucking purpose? Valentina, you still in the cockpit? You are? Let's go. Put it on the pad. How long? We've been here for half an hour. We haven't launched a ship. It doesn't take NASA more than a half an hour to build a ship that's worthy of going to the moon. Does it? Probably not, right? They just slap the things together. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so it's SAS on, throttle to full. Is there something that I'm missing? What? I feel like...
Pawn?
Oh, we're missing Houston. Houston, could you give us a countdown?
No, I refuse.
You mean you refuse, Houston? This is your job, this is what you're paid for, this is what you trained all those years in college to count backwards from 3, 4... What do you mean you refuse?
Well, I was not invited to your dinner last night, and I heard it was a 5-course meal, and that you served some really nice coffee, and I'm just personally hurt. I'm not gonna have anything to do with you.
It was a double date, Houston.
Well, I could have brought, like, I don't know, Valentina or something.
Are you dating Val?
No, she wouldn't have anything to do with me, but your girl can eat. If there were food involved, she would have come.
You can't... No, it's just because we're eating doesn't mean you're invited, okay? If you had a girlfriend... I don't want to, like, be on the hook for doing that later, Houston, actually. I'm not going to invite you to my private meals.
Houston, your limo has arrived.
Houston, your limo has arrived.
Oh, has it? Oh, good. In 3, 2, 1, fire!
Thank you, I needed an out there. Oh, okay, yes, it was a little bit tilted in one direction. So, SRBs, let's just get it going in the better... There we go. More in this direction as you go up. Thank you very much. 200 meters per second at 2,500 kilometers, so this is good. This is actually a good, smooth, steady burn where we're not pressing against dense atmospheres we're coming up and wasting our fuel trying to, you see we're breaking the sound barrier right about now. 320 meters per second, and... what are we at? We're 52 kilometers on the apoapse. I'm going to turn way down the ball. I'm going to try and hold there, and I'm going to go to full thrust and start making some speed here at 35 kilometers. Up to 60k on the apoapse, and I'm just going to burn full lateral at this point and see how much I can push our trajectory out, round it around Kerbal. A burn where you just keep burning is the most efficient burn. 68 kilometers, 69, 70, and I'm going to go to 71 and a half or so. That'll be fine, and yeah, we're good. Those boosters looked like they were attached in three-sided symmetry. We talked about this one. Three-sided kills Kerbals. Quad symmetry. No, it's build it in three-sided symmetry. You'll teach me, I'll mislead you. I don't remember the words to my Pokemon. So we'll get there, boom, boom, start firing it, burn all that out, and when the fuel is gone, goodbye, stage! Alright, so apoapse is now, yes, oh, I did that very well. Holding the apoapse out in front of me is the goal now as our periapsis comes up. If I twist a little bit, you can see it down there, and then as we start getting closer and closer to it, as it starts to react more and more violently, I'll just pull the throttle back so that I can control it and just keep it where I want it, so as to not waste fuel. The amount of fuel that I would waste if I just, threw it together and made it happen really quick here would be just insignificant and wouldn't matter at all. But, it's the difference between whether or not you're awesome or you're just, okay, 74, or you get a not quite if you get an ovular circularization, you get an ovularization. That's the experts do it that way. Science data from space around Kerbal. If I collected a crew report and transmitted it, doesn't have to be new science, right? It's just so you got to do something, yeah. What I'm gonna do? What are you gonna do, Pawn? I'm gonna take the atmospheric pressure scan here. And the instrument reads 0 as if it were in a vacuum. Recovery 7.2 science. That's what we'll do. We'll do that. And I'll collect more science crew reports we'll get from out there. I don't know. I could overwrite it but we've got the contract, almost done. We just have to bring it home. Transmit. That's what I was going to do with the crew report, but I'm worried about the electricity. I'm worried about whether or not it will even count after I spend the electricity. This is where I screw up. I start thinking, no, I know the game. And nobody knows this game. Even when you know the game, you can't trust it for shit. So we're going to F5 from here. Just because, not because we're playing hard mode. I'm not supposed to quick revert. And I won't until I do. Unless the game breaks, is the premise. Or I just get really frustrated, and then I'm like, oh, fuck it. Fuck this goddamn game. I want to upgrade the tracking station right now. That would mean that if this mission fails, that's basically the end of our space program. We don't have enough money for this mission to fail if I upgrade the tracking station. Let's upgrade the tracking station. Add a little bit of extra, stress to my fun spacing adventure. We will literally, after upgrading the space station, I will have 3,624 Kerbans to my name. I have to complete this mission just to have enough money to launch another ship. Here we go. It's upgraded. It's upgraded, which means now patched conics are visible in the map. And I don't know, something. But now I can do things that are better. The engine he is using doesn't generate power. Are you sure? See, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that, I think it'd be fine. And then I do it, and then I'm like, fucked. But so now that I've done that, we could actually make a maneuver node. We can't, okay, so I can't make maneuver nodes yet. Not allowed to, can't make, so that comes in the next upgrade, I guess. But it will show me where I'm going when I'm going where I'm going while I'm going there, once I'm there. That's fine. I don't need you to tell me where it is. I just want to, where's the friggin' moon? Where is the, stop, because I've lost the moon. Shit. You have to upgrade both mission control and the tracking station for maneuver nodes. Okay. That's fine, though. What I really wanted was just the patch conics so that I'll be able to see when I'm encountering the moon, and then I can do all of these maneuvers by eye. Because, you know, I'm just that good. Equator and fire for the moon, ladies and gentlemen. So we need 800 to something to get there, and then we need 300 to circularize it, and then we do also have to come home. Boy, I really thought this was gonna be, this better be enough. Explosion time, explosions. It's not explosion time. We're just follow your prograde, don't waste any of that fuel. Do not waste any of that fuel, apps. What I want here is I want the highest, you know, moon encounter that I can get, the easiest to exit from orbit. So, let's head to the place with the stuff in the guys. So it can be so pretty. What do you have to say about things? Lowest moon encounter would be more efficient. Nearest to the moon when I'm going as fast as I'm possibly going to be at the moon would be more efficient? Is that true? Because I have to circularize it and then I have to break free and come home. Those are all of the steps there. So by staying high over the moon, I don't have to spend as much delta V to get the circularization, and then I haven't changed my velocity that much, so then when I break out of it, which will also be relatively low cost, then I can, you know, go back to Kerbin cheaply, is my thought. So, apps. Okay, we've lost the moon encounter on the conics here. Why have I lost the moon encounter? Shit, don't tell me that I'm actually not going to have the moon encounter. This was the whole point of upgrading the thing, was so that I could do a maneuver that put me really, really close, but I wasn't there. We never got it. And now it's dropped the very thing that I was doing. Wait, are we out of communications range? Open this up. I brought an antenna. Not a good antenna, but if I extend the antenna, that helps a lot. So, still nothing. Still doesn't tell me anything. Cool. Hey Pawn, how are you, says Sai? Well, I'm fucking this mission up. We had an encounter, and I used a tracking station, and apparently it was wrong. I didn't see us move into the moon's sphere of influence. It could still catch us as it passes up here, but now it's not saying that it will. If I would have been eyeballing this, I would have gone deeper than that. I trusted the game, and it lied to me. That's my problem here. I could burn now toward the sky and have a big waste of like fuel and efficiency to try and push out and be up here and still get grabbed by the moon's SOI. And fuck it, let's
just keep going. A couple of orbits is nothing in the life of a Kerbal.
That's true. We could just wait until it hits the moon like it said it was going to, the lying shit sack of a game. 860 to get out. We only need 310 to circularize and a lot less to come back. Burn on the normal to twist the orbit back at Kerbin. Way more efficient. Why would I twist it back? Why do I care about Kerbin? I'm trying to get to the moon. I don't know if you've noticed or not. I'm trying to get to the moon. Yeah, I'm gonna do this instead. I'm just raising the periapse. God damn it, Kerbal. 410 is what we've got left in the tanks. So, because Kerbal Space Pro...
F5, then go for Minmus.
It's cheaper to get to Minmus. Fucking... it just lied to me because the shit still doesn't work in 1.9 in terms of the SOI, it's close. I didn't even need to do that, did I? I didn't even need to do any of that. I was gonna hit it, it just disappeared for, you know, the equivalent of like 3 or 4 hours where we don't know what's gonna happen, and then I'm back into it because the fucking math doesn't... Oh, this game I love. So, up to the periapsis of the Mune. F5 from here, and now I'm going to get on my retrograde, and now we burn.
You're rusty, give it some time to get your feet back under you.
Yeah, it's my fault, not the game's. You're right, like, it is part of this playing this game is just, like, recognizing that it's going to lie to you. There we go, we're down to 270 meters per second. We started with 410, right? Start with 410, so how much did I actually need to get this circularization of the moon? 190 or 210? It's one of those two. It was not 300, so we're fine, basically. F5 me here. What am I supposed to do once I'm out here? We'll just be here, orbit the moon, and then I have to come back. Right. But while we're here, we've got science to collect. Okay, so we're gonna pop the materials bay. First time that we've had one of these anywhere in the game, and we're doing it over the moon for 30 science. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with it. It's Marie Curie is not. You don't want to do that. You didn't learn anything. I also brought all of this other scientific equipment up here, but we've already done this kind of a thing. So that was really the only thing that we're going to get back from that. And then on the way back, we can pop some goo and take a thermometer reading, apparently. But there's not even like a good crew report to be taken here because we've already been here, already done this. So let's now break our orbit. So we'll blow out the app-laps until we're now leaving the moon's SOI, and then it can project for me where I'm going to be when I come back in, and that's a fair bit away from everything, but I can't do maneuver nodes, and we'll be fine. If I would have come around to the front side of the moon and then blown it out, then we would have been exited. We would have been slowing our velocity as we went, but, you know, I just remembered that, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I'm saying. Ooh, so we've got a mystery goo observation from here that we apparently haven't taken. And this will be worth the most that we could possibly get out of it. Goo feels right at home here. Okay, I will take that for 9 science, I guess. And temperature scan. In space high over Kerbal, measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. We have read this text before. We're probably going to have a lot of fuel in the tank, so we could actually dive hard and then slow ourselves in the atmosphere if we wanted to, like we did last time. But yeah, I'm rusty, I'm just getting my feet back. That's a normal pawn. You don't want any of that stuff. You don't want any triangles, angry or otherwise. That's my retrograde. And go ahead and burn. And we watch our periaps drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down, along with our fuel dropping down. Fuel dropping, not a lot of fuel, running out of fuel here. Pretty sure I just ran out of, that's all of my fuel. And that is a little bit too low of a re-entry. We'll be fine. We brought drogues, we'll be fine. 28k, wow, I needed all of that because of the way that I exited the moon. It should have left from the front face of the moon, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Or the things that you said where I come in at the moon low and then I do a thing and then I get to orbit that way and then when I leave I'd have a free return. I don't know. It's time to, like, close up, batten the hatches, that sort of a thing. We're going to bring the antenna in, retract, lock you down. Can I close the front of this? Close the doors. I don't think it matters, but, you know, it looks more like this makes the slightest bit of sense. Could push it better with her jetpack? Absolutely could, Jaspers. I've done that so many times that I hope to never have to do it again. The number of hours that I have spent with a Kerbal pushing on the butt end of a rocket to try and acquire a return trajectory to Kerbin, it really shouldn't exceed 0, and it's double digits for me. I'm done with that. That part of my life is over, I would like to believe anyway. SAS off, and we are out of everything here. So let's just drop you on the retrograde. I will SAS myself so that I am facing into my retrograde as we go down, and then I will turn SAS off and let the atmosphere just pull me from here, and hope that everything works out okay. What do you do? No. F2. No, that's not the... Why are you... Right, that will happen. That will happen. I'm gonna need that parachute. Going to need that parachute. Okay, you want to get on your... That's why you don't want to bring... What did I say at the beginning of this mission? You do not bring along the Science Junior because of reasons. I need you to hold your retrograde. No, see, now that's just going to burn the parachute off is what that's going to do. Hold your retrograde, Valentina. I am working hard on your behalf. No, that is the opposite of the direction that, no, don't gimbal lock on me. There you go. No, now, come on. You can't face in one direction for too long if you're going to avoid the plasma heating. Come on. No! Fuck. Well, at least that's gonna be okay. That part of it. That's pretty good. Valentina Kerman is dead. And it's hardcore mode, so she stays dead. She stays dead. Fucking balls.
Do.
She died as she lived, not knowing which way was up. This is what pisses me off about this game. I'm pretty sure it makes perfect sense in physics world, which is all great and well for physics world, but what the fuck are your players, like, supposed to do? New players in particular, in dealing with this shit. A new player comes, they unlock this kit, and then they try to send it up and bring it down, and there is no configuration of these parts in a game that is all about doing science, where you can actually get a fucking reentry where you bring this stuff back. And you're encouraged through all of the interfaces to bring it back. You get more for bringing it back, and it's not even explained to you in the game that you can right-click and remove, and also, maybe you don't have EVA open and stuff, and so, like, this being the most obvious build for science and return, and it not working is just glowing evidence of KSP's being a poorly designed game, as it always has been, and will remain until KSP 2. We will see what they do with KSP 2. It's meant to be hard, says Thomas Fan 66. And the community doesn't help either. The Kerbal fanboy community of, but it's... My argument stands. It may be an accurate simulator, but it is a poorly designed game. Do you have to return the science, Junior, or just the science? If you can return just the science, that's fine, and you can rip the science out of there. I can't do that right now because I haven't unlocked the ability for my astronauts to get out of the pod. We did get a part, which they implemented... that, like, makes that a better idea. This is good. This was, like, their way, potentially, of seeing everything that I'm talking about and answering it. Players are, trying to bring it home, and people are upset because it's like, this doesn't work, it's not aerodynamic, every return mission fails when you try and do this. And so they gave us this part, which is the storage unit that can collect the science from anywhere on the ship and just put it in there. And then, because Kerbal Space Program has always been a poorly designed game, there is no way that this looks like it should be on the ship. There is no place at which this unit looks as though it should be somewhere on this ship. And also, putting it up there changes the center of mass, and I'm not sure if it would be okay to come down like that either. You built a part that solved an issue, and it's square. It doesn't look like it would be aerodynamic to just shove it on the nose there. It's also this size instead of something else. It doesn't quite fit in here in a way that is pleasing to the eye. I could just fucking shove it in there. Again, this all comes back to exactly what I'm saying. Kerbal Space Program is and has always been a poorly designed game. This is a lack of design. What are you supposed to do with this part? Where does it go? Does it look like it should go there? It unlocks at this tier while you've got all these other tiers unlocked. How is it meant to be used in relation to the things that I've just unlocked around it? I don't know, because we didn't design it! And we've got a fan community that will just, throw their bodies on the grenades of sanity. The game's basically only balanced around creative mode, which is to say there is no balancing because you can do anything at any time. You're correct. It's a good sandbox game, just not a great progression game. Right, so there's no game design in the game end that they put in. They didn't have to. They chose to make a game.
ASP press representative at midnight on Kerbsday. Valentina Kerman was returning from a successful moon orbit when her craft was destroyed on re-entry. Preliminary investigation indicates Valentina was flying fine when an unknown force took control of the craft and poorly flew it till it burned up on re-entry. KSP will continue investigations, but Valentina Kerman is dead.
That's no. I do not approve that message. An unknown force took control of the craft. Yes, just cut out the poorly flew it. Maybe something that we suspect, large pink men, like the influence of some kind of alien race or some kind of possibly voodoo. No one was flying the craft when it happened. It was out of control. I only have 972 hours in KSP career mode, so don't ask me how to fix these problems, says Crispy Critter. How do you fix these problems, Crispy Critter? You don't, because they're baked in. They're designed into the game, by which I mean no one has designed the game, so this is what remains. And that's why we sat here for like a half an hour before launch. It was only 20 minutes, but that's why I kept like, what if I put this down here and then put that up here and then put this? And I was like, no, don't fuck with it. You figured it out. It's simple. Even in this interface where I am looking at the center of mass and stuff like that, I pull it off. I check out the center of mass. It's like, that looks like that should, it'd be better if it were way down here, but it should be moderately controllable with reaction wheels and low weight, generally speaking. Yeah, it's a poorly designed game, and I blame the lack of design for Valentina Kerman's. We don't know that she's dead. Ooh, Houston, have them write it up like this. Went out of radio contact due to interference from plasma, and we have not been able to make contact with her. She is missing in action, and I don't know, something about, sending out search craft or something.
Are we actually going to send out search craft?
No.
Right, okay, so just plan A then.
Yeah, plan A. Send out plan A.